All right, what's up, everybody? It's your favorite villain here, and I got my buddy, a member and a fellow YouTuber, No Luck. If you want to say what's up.
Hello.
And one of the requests I got recently from a new member was, about cosmology with Marvel and stuff like Hell Lords. I was like, why not go ahead and make a ranking of the Hell Lords? So the Hell Lords actually attempted to be power scalers at one point, and they tried to rank themselves, and we're not quite sure if they were good at it. So, because some of them just didn't want to fight about it because it wouldn't have been worth it. Because some of them were down to fight for the respect. So, so we're gonna give our take on it, and yeah. So starting off the list is Surtur. Now we put his range, like a healthy range for him, is multiversal peak. Yeah, honestly, in this day and age, you can argue anyone's outerversal, but multiversal to hyper is where we were comfortable. He's able to hold off a squad, including a young Odin. Um, he was throwing blows that passively were like shaking the nine realms. He, at one point, was capable of creating a fire that could burn creation. His swings completely could slice through space time, and um, he's been able to square off with Odin before, who fought Seth on all planes of reality. So yeah, he's a bad boy. It's just he's hanging out with a group of really bad boys, so we couldn't put him any higher. Next up, No Luck's gonna present.
Right. Next we got my boy Nightmare. So Nightmare can recreate can remake creation if he has to, and he's actually he's one of the few people I see beyond or acknowledge as beyond dimensional. So you could possibly say he's outer versal if you wanted to. I'm not going to. I like his scaling off the Sky Fathers because he's able to take on most of the heroes in Chaos War, and he can body most of the Sky Fathers. So I would say he's above Surtur. I don't really want to call him outer versal. You can if you really want to take him to peak Wank,
His
but that's not
potentials
very fun.
absolutely. Like we'd agree, his potential is outerversal. Um, just based
Right.
on how, because his absorption, like they're actually, the Hell Lords are a pretty hacked group, and Nightmare's absorption's really powerful. So like he could catch you slipping. Um,
Right.
Even death was like Nightmare over time could be a problem. Um, yeah, he's a beast. Yeah, it's
Yeah, he
just
also scales to the Dwellers in Darkness, who I guess can destroy the Macan Crystal, which is extra dimensional, which is I guess another thing you could use to put him to outer versal if you really wanted to. But he's just an animal. That's the point here.
yeah, and there's also evidence, especially in the X-Men run involving the Phoenix Force, that these beings, also it was explained by Beyonder, that these beings can't truly manifest themselves in dimensions. So you're never going to really see what they're fully capable of. You have to catch them in places that allow them to manifest properly. So not yeah, they all have mad potential. It's just some are better than others. Next
Yeah.
up, we got someone no one particularly cares about, and if you get in the comment section saying you're a huge fan of this character, you're a liar. Shulmachorath, we didn't even really put scans in here. I think we just forgot to add him, but I could go ahead and talk about him. So he is a classic Doctor Strange villain. Formerly, I don't know if he currently is, but at one point in Strange Tales, for a long time, he was Dormammu's neighbor, and he originally comes from the void of nothingness, which could be interpreted as oblivion. He's at one point considered the greatest of the old ones or the elder gods, whatever they're called, and I'm not sure about that, but he is a threat to Dormammu. If Dormammu's not careful about Shumagorath and his mindless ones, his dimension can get overrun. So he is a threat, a Dormammu level threat, and a threat to Dormammu. He's also thrown hands with and gotten advantages over classic Doctor Strange before. Not peak classic Doctor Strange, but still very impressive. So yeah, his true form's definitely got to be out of Versal if he's like an aspect of Oblivion. If he represents a part of the void. So, and I think there's a fair. Do you think there's a fair argument he might be like a avatar of Oblivion? That's kind of like a headcanon theory of mine.
I don't even know if it's completely headcanon. I think there's a good argument to say that he is an aspect of Oblivion. Not only does he say things that kind of imply this, but I think some of his interactions with Doctor Strange also kind of identifies him as like an aspect of like the end or Oblivion. So I'd go ahead and say it's probably not complete headcanon. It's just like not 100% confirmed.
Yeah, and I think it's more interesting if it's true. So, you got next though. Who's next?
I think we got Dormammu, Fire Lord Dormammu next. This man was on par with old Eternity before the nerf, and he had classic Strange before his nerf actually shook and scared of him. This is really really good scaling because classic Strange was just broken. Like he's like the character in the fighting game that has the impossible mix up that can keep you in a corner like all day no matter what.
Yeah,
He also
Mordo had eons of prep, and Doctor Strange didn't even look at him when he beat him. It was so disrespectful. That's how broken he
yeah,
was.
bro, it's like if you took Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet and put him like it's like you put him in like the new X-Men that have been nerfed to shit or like the MCU X-Men. So Dormammu's also just blatantly stronger than Shuma. Um, as Splash put it, he just ran him off the block. Like it wasn't even apparently it wasn't even close. This man, this man Shuma looked at him and he's like, I don't I don't know if I'm ready. I need to go talk to Oblivion, the real one, and just see if he'll help me out. So Dormammu's he's just blatantly stronger than Shuma. I mean, it's just a fact. There's no statement or feat that kind of
They
contradicts
also
that.
they also did to support what you're saying. Among the group, in Strange Tales, Ancient One referred to like peak Dormammu as the strongest.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
He could beat
And
Celestials too. Like
yeah, he was dropping Celestials. He can take down like a full power and even amped Galactus, I guess. The Galactus that can like stalemate in between her and Galactus, like the versions of him that have the best feats, right? Like before the Ultimates when they nerfed him.
yeah, and then it got weird too in a recent run. I think Galactus absorbed him, but Mephisto was
Yeah,
helping, so Mephisto like helped with that.
yeah,
But yeah, he's Dormammu's a beast. He was always stronger than classic Doctor Strange. It's just he had too much pride, and it affected him in battles. But he's no joke, and we actually think he's relative to the next character,
yeah.
Mephisto. So let me preface this with the obvious: Mephisto's a jobber. Okay, a lot of these Hell Lords are jobbers. So we're just looking at their prime and what they should be and narratively, how they've stacked up. So Mephisto's done things like beat characters like Shulmachorath and could banish them. It also seemed to imply that he's also one of the more tactically astute of the Hell Lords. This makes sense because whenever it comes to true deceit and like true 4D chess, it's always Mephisto in the mix when it comes to Hell Lords. He's been able to beat Satanish, I think, right?
Yeah, he beat the shit out of Zatannis and basically was talking good shit to him as he took him down. He's like, "Yeah, now you're my prisoner," and he like no diffs him and leaves. He's like, "I'll talk to you when I care." Like it was so bad. It was like all disrespect, and you could tell Mephisto put zero effort into it.
He can also amp characters like Galactus. He has schemes that horrify Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange has said like Mephisto's stronger than him when Mephisto's at his peak. Mephisto does have a lot of good peak, and he's oftentimes considered one of the closest to the true devil of Marvel. But he just jobs. That's his problem.
It's such facts. Like it's kind of like Darkseid, except they'll like in DC they explain away some of the jobbers, but like just for no reason he'll lose to people he has no business even like acknowledging. It'd be like watching it'd be like watching Hercules lose to an ant in a lot of these jobber situations. It makes no sense.
And before people get in the comments saying, "Oh, you think Mephisto's above Dormammu?" No, we said they're relative. However, Mephisto's more of a schemer and a more proven schemer.
Yeah,
So
Dormammu's kind of like the Unga Bunga fucking dive in head first no matter what I'm dealing with. Mephisto's a lot smarter for sure.
yeah, he fumbles the bag more. So you've got the next one who's coming in at number 2.
So we have a pretty big power jump here. We've got Zom, right? He's blatantly out of Versal, and to put him anywhere lower than that is just nonsense. So they had to team up not to kill Zom because I think they admit it's impossible.
Yeah,
But
Eternity
you
said
have
it was a no go.
yeah, and they were basically like, "What are we gonna do?" And they had Zom basically shook both a few people, Eternity, Classic Strange, and the Tribunal. All of them were like, "We can't have him in our reality. This isn't gonna work. We gotta do something, but we can't kill him. We're not strong enough." So basically, three of the strongest beings in existence couldn't do
I
anything to this
think
man.
so. It was weird. I, if Living Tribunal couldn't kill him, it was because he was outside of Living Tribunal's jurisdiction. That might have been the problem. Tribunal was stronger, definitely stronger, because Zom was horrified of Living Tribunal. Living Tribunal could easily banish Zom, but yeah, Dormammu and Eternity had to team up to seal him. And he's so strong. Like, people make fun of Living Tribunal for being a jobber, but we're talking about Tribunal's purpose here. That's what's important, because his purpose is if a threat to the magic of the multiverse appears that can, like, just completely destroy the balance, he has to show up. So this is a creation level magical imbalance passively of Zom just showing up, like literally just arriving at the door. Living Tribunal's like, no. He didn't even do anything. He hadn't done anything yet. Tribunal's like, nope.
Fuck, dude. So yeah, that's kind of where he stacks up. I mean, this is bad. It's a really bad power jump here.
It would be interesting to maybe visit number 2 and number 1 versus the rest of the list. That would be interesting. So I guess I'll just go ahead and say number 1 is the beast himself. You already know how I move with him. Sidorak. Now, Sidorak is the one that powers Juggernaut. He gives Juggernaut a little aspect of his power, and even that little aspect is considered endless and infinite in power. An executive editor at Marvel did at one point say Zom was above like Shuma, or Sidorak was above Zom and Shuma. Author statements, but that's been out there on the internet for a while. Sidorak's power casually can erase reality. Dormammu himself, one of the Hell Lords, invokes the bands of Sidorak. Living Tribunal has also used the bands of Sidorak before. We also know he resides outside of natural law, so beings like Living Tribunal shouldn't be able to affect him. He absolutely bullied classic Doctor Strange and Galactus. And just to put this in perspective, by the way, Galactus had their ship. Sidorak was beating up the ship too. But this Doctor Strange saw Adam Warlock with the Infinity Gauntlet and said, yeah, I can fight him. And he ran into Sidorak and it was over with. It was just like literally not an option to fight back. He's been confirmed in X-Men runs 2 to be outside of natural order, logic, and law, and he's not bound to order, logic, or law. No, look, you're a big philosophy guy. Go ahead and explain the implication of being beyond order, logic, and law.
Um, damn near omnipotence, if not blatantly omnipotent, realistically. if you can be beyond logic, I mean, that's kind of like the old could an omnipotent being create a boulder they can't lift and then lift it, right? To do that, I mean, you're beyond logic, you're beyond order. There's just there's nothing that wouldn't make sense for you to do. There's nothing that doesn't make sense for, you to be capable of. You'd basically be omnipotent, if not nigh omnipotent.
Yeah, it's like an insane amount of power. I mean, he's also at one point like imprisoned Galactus, like I was telling y'all. And it's verbatim stated in a guidebook that or it was it might have been one of those weekly Marvel issues, but Shield listed him as like easily able to imprison Galactus whenever he wants. Like that's what kind of baller Sidorak is. No one really messes with Sidorak. Even Oblivion had some issues like getting rid of Juggernaut in his own realm because Juggernaut's tied to Sidorak. And Mephisto before has referred to Sidorak as the most militant of the group, most likely to swing. So he's definitely down to fight any of them. He doesn't care. Um, so ultimately, to give people a view of our list, I didn't want to show y'all and ruin it, but we have Surtur at the bottom, little bit of a power gap. Then you get to Nightmare. Power gap, Shulmachorath, relative to Dormammu. They're not like that big of a difference. Um, it's basically a tie between Mephisto and Dormammu, but we trust Mephisto to do more bad things successfully. Then you have a power jump to Zom. Then you have a power jump to Sidorak. So yeah, but anyways, no luck actually had the dip, so I'm gonna wrap this one up. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. That's our list 1 through 7. If you disagree, let me know in the comment section. Keep it nice, keep it cool. No need to get too worked up. It's not that serious. Memberships, make sure to cop yours. Me and Chuck are going to be doing weekly Q&As with regular members, not just big events, so you can do regular ones as just a member. So definitely comment below if you want a membership, and I'll add you. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy, your favorite villain. I got a big channel update coming soon for a different platform I'll be using. But anyways, I will see y'all later. Peace.